Please help. My roommate doesn't use toilet paper. First, we have 2 full separate bathrooms. Mine is in my room and my roommate's is in the hallway. It also has the laundry machines. Neither bathroom or toilet has a bidet, separate showers. My partner and I took on a roommate several months ago to help with bills, and I don't think I can live with him anymore. I have always bought and stocked all the toilet paper in the house, and I started noticing that he just doesn't use it. When I go to restock his, the same amount of rolls are always there. Then I check the roll by the toilet and realize I'm the only one who has used it. Barely any was missing from the roll, and it has only been replaced once since he moved in. I do most of the house cleaning, so I pay attention to things that aren't clean, and I noticed stains that appeared on only his doors. Yellowish brown to black spots surrounding the handle and the bottom half of only his bedroom door and bathroom door. What? Ugh. Nowhere else in the apartment really has these marks besides a few spots on the hallway closet doors. So after I realize the toilet paper mystery, I feel extremely disgusted living with him. Not to mention he wears his shoes in the house, I clean twice a week, and his bedroom and bathroom stink. Worse, he leaves the washing machine open and the bathroom odors get trapped in the machine filters. My clothes come out smelling like shit. This is truly my nightmare scenario. I recently had finally received an opportunity to move out of an abusive home which was filthy. It made everyone sick and smelled like a dumpster. I don't know if I can take this anymore. The smell of his room is so potent it clouds the hallway. I've tried talking to him about this stuff, but it's like he doesn't believe me. Maybe he's just stubborn, but he will literally argue with me over it. He wore his shoes in from the rain over the floors I had just mopped, and he said his shoes weren't dirty because it's raining. I don't know what to do. My partner hates conflict and they were friends for a long time. He also moved several states to live with us and doesn't know anyone here, so we both feel awful about potentially finding a new roommate, not to mention trying to find one who is respectful. Is there a reasonable explanation for this? Could he only poop at work even if he's off 2 days? Then how would the odors get in his bathroom in the first place? I really need advice and maybe a neuralizer. Kick him out. I think the information I need to know is like, was there a lease sign? Because if there's not, I would just come up with a dumb excuse. There's some excuse that you can come up with where you can get this person out. Even if there's an explanation to the toilet paper not being used, you don't want to live with this human being. Like, you don't want to live with someone who has poor hygiene, because that's going to result in you getting sick and things getting disgusting. You're going to have to clean a lot more. The only solution here is get this person out of your house. Update. Here we go. All I can say is, wow, I read every comment and presented the post to my partner, and unfortunately, he spiraled. I understand he needs to have my back on this, and he does. He just has his own personal things in the way. He doesn't have a lot of practice with healthy conflict, but he's getting the treatment and coping mechanism he needs now. Before you start, yes, I paused the situation and took care of my partner. We both have had struggles that affect the other, but we come to understand each other and learn from it. I didn't waste any time, however. I was honestly starting to feel crazy myself because the situation was just so bizarre, so we set some traps. First, I cleaned out the washing machine, masks, gloves, bleach. Hell, if I had a full PPE, I would wear it all day. Then roommate used it the next day. Again, it smelled like feces and the filter was clogged with nastiness. Partner marked roommate's TP roll to make sure he wasn't using a single square. It hasn't been touched after 3 days. I spent every day airing out the house, and when he would come home or open his bedroom door, moldy, wet diaper smell clouded the house again. I asked him again to remove his shoes in the house. He did at the moment, then sent me passive-aggressive texts about it and went back to ignoring the simple wish. Today was the first day he's been off, so when he came in the house, partner told RM we need to talk. Then he let me take the lead. I said, we've noticed some disturbing things and do not want to live together anymore. You are putting our health, safety, and security of our home at risk. You're destroying the washing machine and we could lose the apartment over it. He blew up. Absolute hissy fit if I've ever seen one. He was mad we didn't bring this up earlier. I've asked him to take care of the smell, clean up after himself, and remove his shoes multiple times. He ignores me. He was mad we discussed the issue before talking to him. Hello, we're married. He said he could see this coming for a long time and stormed out of the house. He came back in a minute later, knocking stuff off the wall on accident, and began yelling at us some more. He took a huge chance moving here. So did we by living with you. He didn't get a chance to correct his behavior before we decided to kick him out. Again, I've raised multiple issues to him. He just ignores me. Then he started projecting and exposing himself. He's upset we have conversations in the next room without him. What? He's upset that I have issues with him and don't talk about them. He's upset there's been tension between us. I asked, what is he talking about? Because I've had no ill will towards him and he's been giving me the silent treatment. Then it was somehow my fault. I didn't bring up the issue and ask him what was wrong. I disputed disputed every single argument he had. It was all projection. He stormed off again, then returned to beg us to sign another lease with him. I was pissed. He's still pressing this. I projected my voice and said, I do not want to live in this situation anymore, period. I have a respiratory infection from your literal feces, and my voice started cracking as if on cue. Partner and I have recent issues breathing because of the home. Roommate was silent, so partner said, be honest, do you wipe? Roommate, yes. Me, with what? Roommate panicked. The paper towel, then I get it in the shower. If the light inside me wasn't already dead, it would be now. The truth has come out. What was very obvious to Reddit and baffling to us has been confirmed. He shits, stands up, then gets in the shower and lets the water trickle down. As one commenter put it, bleach everywhere. I will be spending the next few days washing all my clothes again. If he decides to cause any more issues, the leasing office has my back with a 2-week eviction notice. I asked about this before we accepted a roommate. I didn't disclose any details of the situation. He resigned and said he would be out as soon as possible. It only took me saying this beyond not acceptable 3 times. He also took his effing shoes off. To the 3 or 4 people who felt personally attacked by my post, can we talk? It's okay to wipe your ass and wash it with soap. It won't hurt you or turn you gay unless you have serious difficulties. You won't get shit on your hands. You wonder why you don't have friends or romantic partners? It's because there's a toxic gas cloud in your pants. That's why you have issues peeing too. Seriously, get help. You're putting your health and others' health at risk. There's more additional information. Before we get into it, guys, if any of you guys have listened to the podcast, you know that Jacob showers after he shits. Here's the thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I've done it before. If you shit and then you hop in the shower to let it trickle. But if you're doing that every single time and you're not being good about like giving it a few soapy swipes, then you have an issue. But this is fucking hilarious. I'm sending this to Jacob. Additional info. I understand your point, but it was obviously a lot more than not wiping. There were a number of hygiene issues, including not washing his hands and getting shit stains on the doors. Trust me, I feel extremely guilty over this situation. Once I realized what was going on, I brought up the issue. He works a lot, so there wasn't really another chance before that to talk to him. I think a more glaring issue here, what's definitely more of a driving factor, is his lack of respect for me. It bothers both of us. He thinks I'm crazy for wanting a clean house. When I last asked him to take off his shoes, he texted me, what mess did I make now? And I simply told him I just don't want shoes in the house because shoes are dirty. He replied, okay, whatever, dude. And when I asked him what he meant, he said I was reading too much into it. Side note, he has a lot of issues with me that he waited until yesterday to bring up. He didn't start taking me seriously until we said we didn't want to renew the lease with him. The whole time we were talking to him, which I was using a soft tone until the very end, he kept pointing at and directing his anger at me, not my partner. Also, how could I be sure he's wiping/washing his hands? Do I have to clean every single thing he could have touched every single day just so I can maintain my health? If you enjoyed, click right here to watch another one of my Reddit videos and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on new messy Reddit threads every week.